Welcome to my channel, Trading Support and Resistance. Here, what I'm going to do is find our support and resistance points. Also, what's the trend and what's the forecast going forward for the next week. So currently, we are in a huge uptrend. If you see, we are in a huge uptrend down, down, and we are in this channel right. So let me get rid of that, and now let's see where we are going to go. So here currently what I see, our next resistance area is 398, and which is also kind of pushing towards this. If you try and create, its mouth of the Bollinger Band is opening towards the upside, where we are going to stop. If you see this top, this top, this top, this top, so this is going to act as a support. As soon as this line breaks, we are going to see a downside. How far down it can go is your next support area 389.16 breaks, we are going to see 382.60, and then the next target will be 375.67, which is also your 50-day MA, where it's definitely a nice bounce we can expect. Can it continue in the channel? Looks like, but at the same time, what we see, the RSI is diverging. So if you see, take this top and stand, price has gone up, but RSI is diverging from this point, every time we are touching. We expect a pullback? Yes. Can market has its own mind, can continue grinding higher. So once you get a pullback, you get a good opportunity when you see the price is in this band, bottom of this wedge, you can try long there, which might be very nice upside potential. And as long as we are inside the wedge, we will keep moving price up and down. Once we break whichever direction on this wedge, we are going in that direction. So stating that, let me get to the exact point. That short entry I'm looking from 389.16. If we break past that, we are going to see 382.63 and 375.67. If we are holding this line, as long as we will see our next target of 398 and 405. Next one we are going to analyze is the Qs, which is at the top of the band, right? So what we are seeing here is huge melting, and it's also over all the resistance line, but the only thing which is going to hold right now at 336.45 is also the trend line, where RSI we have is very high. Of course, it can continue grinding higher, break this line and goes higher. But to continue further high, you need a strength, which means typically market gyration should come down to this level and the bounce back up. So as we move down here in this area, which is this is your first support at 329.74, and next support is 325.51. So if I have to find the next support, which is the good buy point, will be about 319.5, and that's what I'm expecting. RSI is going higher, but we have to wait for any kind of breakdown on the downside, and it's climbing up right now. So we need to break this, we need to come down, we are at a resistance on the Qs. Now looking at the IWM is also at the top of the channel and top of the Bollinger Band. What it tells is basically we need a pullback before moving higher. But going over this line and it can be huge up, going below this, it can pull back and then continue grinding higher. There's nothing bearish at this moment. Can it be bearish? Yes, absolutely it can. So here is the line of support, what you can expect from the IWM. Come back and test this channel and bounce higher, which means what you have to see or wait for a pullback and then climb up, which is also bringing your support line at 215.26. Can I go long right now? The risk is very high. When we come here, the risk is much lower. Can it break down further and continue going down? Of course it can, but we'll analyze when we get there. Why overall I am bearish in the market is if you look at the Apple and you see the Apple has a nice wedge created below the wedge, this trend line, and if we hit below the wedge, we are going down, which means the price has to be higher than this 136 to see 139.80 or 139.40, and the next target will be 143.50. Break this down, we are going down to below 132 to 128. That will be our first support area. If you are kind of going even further down, the 126 will be a very nice support, and that's where you can start going long. Also, let's assume the Bollinger Band gets flattened out here at the bottom, will be good opportunity to go long. Amazon has similar pattern. The downtrend right now has a wedge forming, which is going to decide which direction it's going to choose. If you look on the Facebook and this name, which is the most bullish but also has a wedging pattern right now, break that break the lines, and it's going to decide where it's going to head. It's going upside or downside. Facebook, I have huge downside potential here. If we go higher, that's your first target. Over this, it'll it'll go to 286. Over that, it'll be moonshot. We'll be analyzing in the next weekly video. The RSI here is also telling we are in the wedging pattern, but it's more on the upside right now. We have to wait for any kind of breakdown. Uh, Next one, we are going to look at Microsoft, and Microsoft is making nice flag, which break on the either side will be huge on the Microsoft. So if you see that, you can very well see it's a very nice flagging pattern on a daily. So anytime we are below this line, which is around 241.50, we are going to see a sharp down to 235. So let me put the lines for you. Going over this point, we have a huge potential upside trying to go top of the Bollinger Band and test around 250, 350 area. So if you have any other individual ticker, please let me know and I will see if I can analyze that for you. Time permits, definitely I will respond back. Put your comment section if you like the video or not, and if and what you want to see in the upcoming videos. Thank you for joining and have a wonderful day.